Rabbanim of yester year. And now we are exploring here, now that we're in the first couple of weeks of the month of Tammuz, on Yud Tammuz, the 10th of Tammuz, the Hilula of a really great rabbi from Izmir in Turkey. His name was Rabbi Yisrael Yaakov Algazi. Really, really great rabbi, Zecher Tzadik Libracha. He was born in English year 1680 and passed away in the year 1756. He was approximately 76 years of age and was one of the great rabbis from Turkey, which was had an elite galaxy of great rabbanim at that stage of time. And at one stage, he would actually serve as one of the Rishon Lezions of the land of Israel, the Holy Land over here. So he was born and came from very, very great heritage. His father was Rabbi Yom Tov, Chacham Yom Tov Algazi, and he was a very, very good rabbi in Izmir, and he studied with great rabbanim, including Rabbi Chaim ben Yaakov Abu Lafia, a great rabbi who was he actually was himself the grandfather of Chaim ben David Abu Lafia and the grandson of Rabbi Isaac Nisim ben Gamil. He was really, really great rabbi over there, and also learned under auspices of Rabbi Yitzchak HaKohen Rappaport, who was one of the great rabbis who lived in the Ottoman Empire, born and died at Jerusalem, and he was a student of Rabbi Hezkiah da Silva, who I believe we spoke about at one stage before. So he studied under these great rabbis. In Izmir, he actually himself initiated the printing of the famous Kabbalistic book, the Hemdat Hayamim, which is this specific book in of itself is dealing with great Jewish minhagim and different dinim laws with regards to including many musar teachings, also based on Kabbalah in general. I believe the author of this book is unknown, but some attribute it to Rav Algazi himself, respectively. Very, very interesting itself. And he was a great rabbi. He, as we said before, he was born in the year 1680. And I believe at one stage he actually moved to Eretz Yisrael. He moved from from Izmir itself, from Turkey itself, to the land of Israel. I think the Hebrew year was Hey Tav Tzadik Hey. He actually moved to Eretz Yisrael, and he learned in the famous Yeshivat Bet El, a yeshiva we dedicated a video about, and we spoke about many of the great rabbis that had actually studied in this famous yeshiva over there. And he was, I think, part of the Bet Din over there, the Jewish quarter over there, along with Harav Eliezer Nachum, another rabbi we have spoken about before. Rabbi Eliezer Nachum himself was Ab Bet Din actually, and Rosh Yeshiva in Turkey, in a city in Turkey, if I'm not mistaken. The city itself was Adir Ranopol, I hope I pronounced it correctly, for many years, and then he would later on actually himself move to land of Israel itself. And I think Rav Nachum himself was a Rosh Yeshiva. He actually worked Rav Algazi in the Yeshiva Neve Shalom, a Brit Avram, if I'm not mistaken, and he actually himself learned with the great rabbis of Jerusalem. Also, it's actually interesting. I think the Rishon Lezion before him was Harav Yitzchak HaKohen Rappaport, who was really a great rabbi at Posek in Izmir, respectively, and in Jerusalem. When he passed away, he was actually put in his place as the Rishon Lezion, a very, very prominent position over here, to be the Rishon Lezion also, which has to be pointed out. So he was, for that year, it's actually interesting, he was actually, I think, he was appointed Rishon Lezion I think there's a disagreement on the exact year that Chacham Nisim Hayim Moshe Mizrahi passed away. He was, I think, also a Rishon Lezion before him. His name was Rabbi Nisim Hayim Moshe Mizrahi. Either he passed away in 1749 or 1755, but in his stead, Rabbi Algazi was appointed the Rishon Lezion instead. Rabbi Algazi would eventually pass away in the year 1757, and he was buried, I believe, in the Kehal Hasidim section of Mount Olives, that we call that Har HaZeitim, the Jewish cemetery in Jerusalem. I think he was actually buried near the grave of Rabbi Shalom Sharabi. If I'm not mistaken, Rabbi Shalom Sharabi was another great rabbi. He actually passed away in the year 1777. So I believe he himself passed away, the Rosh Hashanah Kadosh, as we call him, after Rabbi Yisrael Yaakov Algazi. His son Rabbi Yom Tov Algazi was also appointed Kerashon Lציון, also, which is a very prominent position. Rabbi Yom Tov Algazi, I think, passed away in the year 1802, if I'm not mistaken, and I think he served. He himself, also his son, was a Rosh Yeshiva of the famous Yeshiva Bet El, and was the chief rabbi of Jerusalem, I think, from the year 1777 till 1802. So his son himself had the position of the Rishon Lezion, I believe, for 25 years. That's more than an entire generation. A huge, huge, prestigious honor also. So let's explore some of the great Sefarim. He wrote a lot of incredible works. Hacham Yisrael Yaakov Algazi did. So one of the books he wrote was a Shalmei Tzibur, which is Dinim Minhagim Be'ikar Inyanei Tefillah, within regards to the laws, within regards to prayer services also, and I think also based on Harav Avram Chayon. There was a Shalmei Chagiga. What's that, friends? It's Chelek Sheni Shel Shalmei Tzibur Ha'osek B'Tefillah, within regards to congregation, within regards to Tefillah, Shabbat and Rosh Chodesh U'Moadim. They're concentrating on Sabbath, also New Month, and also the different festivals. There was Ar'a de Rabbanan. What was that, friends? There was Dinei D'Oraita de Rabbanan Lefi Seder Aleph Bet, talking about different dinim within regards to if it's from the Torah or from the rabbis itself. Then there was the Ne'ot Yaakov, which is Shut, Sheilot, and Shivot, and Drushim, within regards to Shabbat and Moadim, talking about the Sabbath and the festivals itself. Then there was the Kehalat Yaakov, which was a Shut Al-Shas on the Gemara itself, on the Talmud itself, respectively. Then there was a Ma'ana Lashon, that was Al-Haklalei Al-Shas. This was within regards to based on the Gemara itself. Then there's She'erit Yaakov, which was various Drushim. Then there was Emet LeYaakov. What was that? That was Dinei Sefer Torah, the Dinim within the laws within regards to Sefer Torah. I think the Chida Yimshichu Bakara Et Chiburo LeDavid Emet. I'm not sure, but the Chida had some connection with regards to the book, or continued a teaching within regards to it. The Chida was famous Rabbi Yosef Chaim David Azula, the great Chida himself. Then there was a Shema Yaakov, which was Chidushim al Bereshit v'Shemot. On those, I believe, on those two books within regards to Bereshit and Shemot, the first two books are the books of 5 books of Moses. Then there was a Chol Haaretz Dinei Moadim LeBnei Eretz Yisrael. I think this concentrated on the various laws on festivals within regards to the land of Israel. Then there was a Vidui Talmidei Chachamim. That was another thing, and a Magid Devarat Yaakov. That was another thing, which was a Perush Ala Gadash Shel Pesach. Many of the great rabbis did Perushim in different books, published different pamphlets with regards to the Haggadah Shel Pesach, also, so that it would be taught very much so. He was a Chacham Bashi and the Rishon Lezion also, and very, very prestigious position. He would eventually pass away on Yud Tammuz, that's the 10th of Tammuz, in the year 1756, at the age of 76 years of age. We're going to try, hopefully, at one stage, to do maybe a video on Rabbi Yom Tov Algazi at one stage in time. Passed away in 1802. I think on Bet Adar Aleph, respectively. So hopefully, we hope next year we'll be able to do it, but we can't guarantee anything. And hope this was thought provocative. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We've covered a lot of rabbis on the great Rabbanim of yesteryear. And wishing you all a fantastic day. And take care.